Every time I'm in the street, I hear yak, 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 yak. Down, where you from?
What is crack-a-lackin' YouTube? This is your buddy Sean, and today I wanted to talk to you about how we are not in the next generation of consoles. So, to give you examples of this, back in the day, when PlayStation 2 came out, guess what they did? They stopped making PlayStation 1 games and made PlayStation 2 games. When the Nintendo 64 came out, they made Nintendo 64 games, didn't make any other games from old consoles, didn't make any HD remakes of any Mario games, they just made Nintendo 64 games. And then that was it. You skip forward ahead to today, you get that they're still making console exclusives for both Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Any game that comes out on the Xbox One or PlayStation 4 most likely is going to get ported over to the last generation of consoles and PC. And they're making HD remakes of fucking games that aren't even a year old. Now I can understand HD remakes of games that are really old and were really popular and people love those games. Maybe though you can understand those, but to make games like Last of Us, to make remakes of games that are not even a year old, that's pretty sad. Now being a guy that likes to see things from two perspectives, because there's always two sides to a story, I like to think, well, why is Microsoft and Sony doing this? Why are they pushing these older consoles, releasing slimmer and cheaper versions to build, and new exclusive games, new Assassin's Creed game that's exclusive to the older consoles and one that's also coming to the next gen? And it really always comes down to money. I mean, obviously it's going to be about money, but really, what's the problem? Do they think that the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 aren't going to sell? Is that what they think? I remember back in the day, the Xbox 360 supposedly cost $900 to build, and they only sold it for what, $400? And they lost like $500 every time they sold a console. That's a lot of loss, but they tried to make it back in game sales, DLC, and Xbox Live and all that stuff. And the PlayStation 3 wasn't any better. But this generation of consoles, the Xbox One costs less than $500 to make, just a little bit less than $500 to make, and plus it comes with a Kinect, so that's gonna be $500. But and PlayStation 4 costs a little bit less than $400 to make, so they are making a little bit of profit for each console that they sell. And the sales compared to the last generation of consoles are blowing those consoles out of the water. It's ridiculous. Like in the first week, in the first month, I'm pretty sure it's like the Xbox One may not be beating PlayStation 4 in sales, but they are completely destroying Xbox 360 and Xbox One, the original Xbox sales combined. It's destroying them. These consoles are selling. The PlayStation 4 is the best selling console probably in the history of everything. That is selling. So they can't say, oh, we're not going to make any money from these next generation consoles. They are making money. And you know what, this really leaves upset gamers. Really, most people nowadays, they buy a game, they play it for a few, and then their console, the brand new next gen console, these amazing graphics and these amazing new mechanics and everything, are just sitting there at being door stoppers. They're not doing anything. The PlayStation 4 is a freaking, just sitting there because there aren't any mini games. I mean, you could say Infamous, or what about Titanfall? What about Infamous? All this junk that's coming out for these consoles. Well, I can play Infamous, and it's probably an amazing game. It probably has the best graphics I've probably ever seen on any console ever. But at the end of the day, it's a single player game, and single player games come to an end. With Titanfall, you can play with friends all day, every day. If you play with friends, you will have the best time with that game. But you play it by yourself, and you have no motivation to play it, because there's like with Black Ops 2, even you had diamond camos that you can work towards. You had KD, you had kill streaks that you could probably want to get. You had zombies that if you don't feel like playing multiplayer, you can play zombies. Like, there are so many things to do in Black Ops 2. Well, the multiplayer was garbage, in my opinion. Probably the worst multiplayer I've ever played in my life. But there were other things that you could do in that game. Hit the mic. With Titanfall, all you can do is shoot motherfuckers. You can't do anything. You can't unlock new camos. You can't unlock new guns, new perks. You usually get the perks really fast. You get all the stuff really fast. And actually, they released new information about DLC for Titanfall that has customization, so hopefully that works. But still, there's nothing to do, and that's one of the reasons why I bought an Xbox One, because PlayStation 4, it's a gaming console for gaming, And I know personally, as a gamer, I don't spend all of my time on my console gaming. It's either I'm on my computer on the internet watching videos, or I'm playing Halo back in the day on Xbox 360. But with the Xbox One, I can watch Blu-ray movies, I can surf the internet, which wasn't on the Xbox 360 back in the day, but it is now. But I can surf the internet, watch my anime, can watch anything. I can just surf the internet. I got Netflix, I got all this stuff. I can watch TV. It is a media box all in one Xbox. It doesn't do everything as gaming. And people may be like, well, I like video gaming. Well, you can like video gaming, but I like to do other stuff. I know I do not spend all my time gaming, and that's why I love this console. And for those who were saying, well, 1080p is the future, Xbox is 720p, no other consoles, all the last gen consoles did 1080p back in the day. No, 1080p is nothing new. 1080p was on PC for years. And Xbox 360 and PS3 did not output in 1080p or even 720p. They outputted in fucking way less than 720p native. They upscaled it to 1080p. Like, it was not 1080p, it was not native 720p, it was sub 1080p. And if you really want to talk about the future of gaming, 4K is the future of gaming. That nobody has 4K. Back in the day, nobody had 1080p, and now 1080p is common as fuck, and nobody has 4K. Like, 4K is the future, and Xbox One does support 4K video games, if you didn't know, and PlayStation 4 does not support 4K video games, but they do support 4K Blu-ray and 4K videos, but not games. So Xbox has the potential for 4K, thus being future-proof. But still, back to the original topic. We're not in the next generation of gaming because Microsoft and Sony are still pushing the last generation of consoles, getting the last bit of money and milk that they can get out of those motherfucking titties of those consoles, because they are not giving any good exclusives to the next generation console. Even the games later on that's coming this year, what is it, Destiny, Watch Dogs, all you can get them on the last generation console, and it doesn't really matter. The only things that are exclusive that I really am looking for are Halo 5 and Gears of War when that comes out 3 years later, and that'll probably have DX12. So, and so, but yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. If you have any opinions on this, or if you have any must-have exclusives that you think personally are worth it besides Killer Instinct, because I think that is a must-have exclusive and it's free, leave a comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, because I'll have more videos. And guys, I know I haven't been uploading daily, but I am going to do that. I'm going to try to do that the best I possibly can. School's coming to an end right after exams. It's going to be full season. See you later.